Sweet, spicy smoked salmon candy with a bold pepper crust and just the right amount of heat. In this video, I'll walk you through the full step-by-step recipe from brining to smoking to building that sweet heat finish. And for this batch, we're using a Coho salmon we caught right here in Puget Sound last season. I made this one with extra heat because Kat loves spicy food. And the finished salmon had that glossy, candied look I was hoping for. So let's get started. I started by thawing the salmon in the fridge overnight. Once it was thawed, I checked for any remaining pin bones and prepped the fillet for the brine. First, I removed the belly strips so the fillet had a more consistent thickness, which helps it cook more evenly and also looks better. Since the fillet was slightly frozen, it made cutting much easier. I cut a diamond pattern by angling the knife about 45 degrees and making cuts every couple inches. It doesn't have to be perfect. These cuts help the brine penetrate deeper and give it that classy candy texture. Just be careful not to cut through the skin. About 3/4 of the way through is perfect. From there, I mixed up a sweet wet brine with water, brown sugar, kosher salt, maple syrup, and honey. MSG is optional, but does add some umami flavor. I added the brine to the salmon and let it sit in the fridge for about 24 hours. About halfway through, I checked it and lightly worked the brine into the crevices. At this point, the fillet was still fairly soft. After removing the salmon from the wet brine, the thinner tail section and belly strip were already starting to firm up and take on that translucent look. But the thicker parts of the fillet were still a bit soft and not quite as firm. So I moved the salmon to a glass dish and sprinkled on some brown sugar to help pull out more moisture. Then back into the fridge for another 12 hours, flipping it partway through. At this point, the texture was starting to get that slightly firm, translucent, almost gummy look I was going for. Then I placed the salmon on a rack and let it air dry in the fridge to form a pellicle. I also added a small fan to create a gentle airflow to help dry the surface and form the pellicle. This step is important and helps the smoke stick to the surface of the fish. After about 18 to 20 hours, the surface was dry, slightly tacky, and ready for the smoker. After I preheated the smoker to about 110 degrees and got it smoking with alder pellets, I lightly greased the smoker rack so the salmon skin wouldn't stick. I placed the salmon in the smoker and used a wired probe to monitor the temperature inside the smoker. At this stage, I was running a low temperature with light smoke to help build flavor without cooking too quickly. You can see the thin, light smoke coming in. That's exactly what you want. After about 2.5 hours, the surface was starting to dry and take on some color. At this point, I increased the temperature slightly to begin transitioning into a hotter smoke. Around the 3-hour mark, I removed the smoke generator. I was using alder pellets for a mild smoke, and by now the salmon had taken on a good amount of smoke flavor. I wanted to remove the smoke at this stage since Kat doesn't like too much smoke and I wanted to make sure it didn't get bitter. While the salmon continued to cook, I made a quick spicy glaze to add flavor and help build that glossy candied finish. I started by adding sliced Thai chili peppers. These were grown by Kat's parents and they bring most of the heat to the glaze. Then I added a little apple juice to help create a lacquered finish without thinning it too much. Next came maple syrup and honey for sweetness, shine, and to help build that candied exterior. And finally, I added crushed red pepper flakes for another layer of heat. This was the first time I was adding any heat to the recipe, since the brine itself wasn't spicy. If you prefer a milder version, you can simply leave out the red pepper flakes and the Thai chili peppers. I gently warmed the glaze just enough to dissolve everything and extract the heat, but you don't want it to boil since that could change the flavor and make it too thick. In the last hour of the cook, the surface of the salmon was firm and dry, so I brushed on a thin layer of the spicy glaze. You want a light coat across the entire surface, including the crevices from the diamond cuts. At this point, I also bumped the smoker temperature up again to continue cooking. About 20 minutes later, I added a second light coat of the glaze. This helps build that glossy, candied exterior layer. And I increased the temperature slightly one more time to finish cooking. I was aiming for a finished internal temp around 140 to 145 degrees to make sure it was fully cooked and safe to eat. At this stage, the salmon started taking on that deep color and sticky surface. It took a little longer than expected to reach the target temperature, but increasing the temperature slowly helped prevent the white protein albumin from forming on the surface. Now it was ready for the final sweet heat finish. Right after removing the salmon from the smoker, I brushed on one final thin layer of the spicy glaze. Then I let it sit for a couple minutes so the glaze could tack up and create a sticky surface for the spicy toppings. For the first topping, I sliced some Serrano peppers and dehydrated them for about an hour. You want them dried but still flexible and have a nice soft chew to them. The pepper rings add some good heat and also give the finished salmon a nice visual pop. Next, I added the pepper crust. This is a mix of coarsely ground black peppercorns, Thai chili flakes, and lightly crushed pink peppercorns. Pink peppercorns come from the Brazilian pepper plant and are actually a fruit and not a pepper. They are related to cashew and pistachio plants. So if someone eating this salmon is allergic to cashews or pistachios, then you should leave out the pink peppercorns since they could have an allergic reaction. I coarsely ground them using a mortar and pestle, but made sure not to overly grind the pink peppercorns. I sprinkled it evenly across the surface and gently pressed it into the glaze so it would stick. This adds texture, aroma, and another layer of heat to the finish. At this point, the sweet heat finish is complete. The glaze is set, the pepper crust is in place, and the Serrano rings at just the right amount of heat. Now it's time for the taste test. Sweet and spicy smoked salmon candy. This is the Coho we caught in Puget Sound last season. I've been wanting to try this recipe for months, and since Kat loves spicy food, I added a spicy glaze and a bold pepper crust with dehydrated Serranos. Let's see what she thinks. Kat's about to taste the sweet and spicy smoked salmon candy for the first time.
I'm excited. So I've been looking at it, and there's a piece in here that is calling my name. Wow. Look at that. I'm gonna just do the bottom too.
Oh yeah.
Wow, look
it's
at
a little
that.
flaky.
Okay. What do you think? Should I pull it apart or should I bite into it? Okay. The heat right away. Yeah, it's pretty spicy, but also sweet at the same time.
Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of sweetness in that glaze. We put maple syrup, some honey, And then when we brined it, there was a fair amount of maple syrup and honey as well, and some brown sugar.
You can definitely taste all the different peppers that you put in here. I can definitely taste my parents' peppers and then the peppercorn too.
You get much of the smokiness? Does it taste smoked?
It's the perfect amount of smokiness because I don't really like a lot of smoked salmon.
Yeah.
So this is the perfect amount of smokiness.
Yeah, so I smoked it for about 2.5 hours. And then when I started increasing the heat on the salmon, I removed the smoke pellets from it to stop the smoking because I didn't want it to get overly smoked or start tasting bitter.
Actually.
I tried to make this, try to get it as spicy as I could.
No, thank you. This is so good. It's honestly, the ratio of spiciness to sweetness is perfect.
Okay, so Kat's gonna try, we had a strip of the salmon belly too. That looks good. That we smoked and brined at the same time. So she's gonna try a little bite of that too and see what she thinks. So this piece of belly also came off the coho.
This one's a little sweeter.
Is it sweeter? Yeah, we added the same brine, same glaze, and added the same pepper mix. But it has more fat to it, so maybe a lot of times with fat, the sugar kind of attaches to the fat a little bit better too.
Interesting.
What do you think? This salmon turned out great. Sweet and spicy from the glaze with a little extra kick from the pepper crust. If you want to see more fishing, cooking, and boating content from the Pacific Northwest, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.